Have you ever wondered why some superbikes feel like a dream and others feel like a trap? Why you can sit on a machine that looks perfect, sounds powerful, and still feel empty inside? That question isn't about bikes. It's about you. It's about the gap between what you want and what you're told to want. The gap between the fantasy in your head and the reality waiting on the road. You scroll, you watch, you admire. You imagine your hands on the throttle and the world fading behind you. You think speed will fix the noise in your mind. You think power will make you feel complete. You think a bigger engine will silence the quiet doubt sitting in your chest. And no one talks about that part. No one talks about the disappointment that comes when the dream feels heavy instead of free. Most people don't test the truth, they test the image, they chase the sound. They chase the look, they chase the approval, and slowly, without noticing, they build a dream that doesn't fit their real life, that doesn't fit their real body, that doesn't fit their real roads, that doesn't fit their real soul. A superbike is not just metal and fire. It is pressure, it is responsibility, it is weight, it is control, it is fear. And when you choose the wrong one, it doesn't just hurt your wallet, it hurts your confidence. It makes you question yourself. It makes you wonder why something so beautiful feels so wrong in your hands. You deserve better than that. You deserve truth. You deserve clarity. You deserve to feel power that doesn't fight you. Speed that doesn't scare you. A machine that listens to you instead of testing you at every turn. You deserve to feel connected instead of overwhelmed, confident instead of tense, alive instead of anxious. But no one gives you that for free, not the flashy reviews, not the paid promotions, not the perfect shots, not the loud promises, because truth isn't pretty, truth has scratches, truth has weight, truth has consequences. And yet, this is where your real power begins, when you stop chasing what looks powerful and start choosing what feels right. When you stop asking what will impress people and start asking what will protect me, there is a quiet strength that comes from honest testing, from pushing past the fantasy, from facing the reality of heat, traffic, balance, clutch, vibration, and control, from understanding that real confidence is not loud, it is calm, it is steady, it is earned. You don't need to escape your life. You need to build a ride that fits it. You don't need a machine to feel important. You need a machine to feel aligned. And here is the promise that matters. If you can be honest with yourself. If you can look past the shine, if you can stop lying about what you really need, you will find something better than speed. You will find control. You will find trust in your own hands. You will find the kind of power that doesn't disappear when the engine stops. And that is the reward no one sells you. The reward that only comes when you stop chasing the dream and start choosing the truth. Stay with that feeling. Let it sit in your chest, because real freedom doesn't come from the loudest machine. It comes from the right one. That quiet truth grows stronger when you finally stop pretending, when you stop buying dreams that don't belong to you, because deep down you already know when something is wrong. You feel it in your hands, you feel it in your back, you feel it in your breathing, and yet most people ignore it. They keep pushing. They keep forcing. They keep lying to themselves just to impress people who don't even care. But you are not most people. You are the one who feels things deeply. You are the one who notices the small details. You are the one who understands that real power does not come from noise, but from control. Real speed does not come from recklessness, but from precision. Real respect is not given for how loud you are, but for how steady you remain when everything around you feels unstable. Every time you twist the throttle of your life, you choose a direction. You choose comfort, or you choose courage. You choose illusion, or you choose honesty, and those choices are not small. They are shaping you. They are either building you into someone who understands power, or trapping you into someone who only looks powerful. The road teaches what people cannot. It does not care about your ego. It does not care about your excuses. It does not care about your image. It only responds to balance, timing, and respect, the same way life does. When you rush, you lose control. When you fear, you hesitate. When you doubt, you wobble. When you stay calm, you glide forward with clarity and strength. This is why truth matters so much, because truth is what saves you when speed tries to lie to you. Truth is what keeps you grounded when your mind tries to escape. Truth is what gives you the power to stop, think, and choose the right path instead of the flashy one. You can feel it now, that shift inside you, that burn in your chest, that quiet decision taking shape. You are not here by accident. You are here because you are tired of surface-level dreams. You are tired of empty promises. You are tired of chasing things that don't give you peace. And once you see that clearly, there is no going back. You start craving real connection with your machine. You start wanting a ride that listens to you, a ride that protects you, a ride that grows with you, not fights you. You start understanding that patience is not weakness, and control is not boring. They are power in its purest form. This is where urgency lives, not in speed, but in awareness, because every second you delay the truth, you risk building your future on the wrong foundation. Every ride taken in ego costs you more than money. It costs you time, it costs you confidence, it costs you safety, and those are things you cannot afford to lose. You are not meant to be shaken by power. You are meant to command it. You are not meant to chase speed. You are meant to understand it. The moment you accept that, everything changes, your mindset sharpens, your instincts wake up, your standards rise. You stop settling for what looks good and start demanding what feels right. And that is the moment you become unstoppable, not because you are fast, but because you are focused, not because you are loud, but because you are grounded, not because you are following trends, but because you are finally following truth. Let that truth burn inside you. Let it shape your hands. Let it steady your heart, because the road ahead is not forgiving. And only those who respect it, survive it. That truth doesn't end when the engine cools down. It stays with you. It whispers to you when you walk past machines that are all show and no soul. It reminds you of the weight of your choices and the power in your hands. Because once you understand control, you can't unsee the difference between real strength and fake shine. You begin to feel a different hunger, not for noise, not for attention, but for alignment. You want your mind and your machine to move as one. You want your heart to feel calm even when the speed rises. You want to know that every time you ride, you are becoming sharper, stronger, and more aware. This is where most people fall off. They get bored. They get distracted. They chase comfort. They chase chaos. But you don't, because now you understand that comfort without growth is a slow form of regret. And regret is heavier than any bike you will ever sit on. Every choice now feels louder. Every mistake feels closer. Every delay feels more dangerous, because you can see the cost of pretending. You can see the damage of ego. You can see how fast life slips away when you keep choosing what's easy over what's right. That kind of awareness creates urgency. It tightens your focus. It sharpens your instincts. It makes you realize that you cannot afford to be casual with your life, not with your riding, not with your mindset, not with the standards you set for yourself. You feel it in your chest, a quiet fire, a steady pressure, not panic, not fear, but purpose, a kind of pressure that pushes you forward instead of pulling you apart. You stop reacting to the world. You start commanding your place in it. You stop asking for permission. You start moving with intention. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. You become the moment. That shift is not loud. It is dangerous in its calm. It is powerful in its silence. It is the kind of strength that doesn't need approval because it is built on discipline, not desire. Now your rides mean more. Every grip is conscious. Every turn is deliberate. Every second becomes a lesson. You are no longer chasing adrenaline. You are chasing precision. You are chasing mastery. You are chasing a version of yourself that doesn't break under pressure. People around you won't understand this change. They will think you slowed down. They will think you lost your edge. But in reality, you turned chaos into control. You turned noise into focus. You turned reckless desire into disciplined drive. And that makes you rare, Now every road feels honest. Every stretch of asphalt feels alive, not because it scares you, but because it respects you. The road responds differently when you are steady. It opens up when you are calm. It becomes an ally when you are disciplined. You don't need to prove anything anymore. You don't need to perform. You don't need to pretend. You are riding with purpose now. And purpose is not something you find by accident. It is built through hard truth, quiet work, and relentless self-respect. This is the point where most people would stop. They would relax. They would feel satisfied, but you won't, because now you understand something deeper. The journey is not about the bike. It was never about the bike. It is about the person becoming strong enough to deserve the ride. The moment you realize it was never about the bike, a new clarity hits. Everything changes. Every choice you've made until now feels small. Every distraction, every false desire, every compromise feels heavy. You understand that speed is meaningless without mastery. Noise is meaningless without control. Appearance is meaningless without truth, and suddenly the world feels sharper, clearer, more dangerous, but in that danger you see opportunity. Every challenge becomes a test, every hesitation a risk, every decision a reflection of who you truly are. You feel a surge in your chest, a pulse that tells you you are awake for the first time, awake to your own standards, awake to your own mistakes, awake to the power you have when you stop pretending and start acting. And acting is not passive, it is relentless, it is urgent because the clock doesn't wait, the road doesn't wait, life doesn't wait. Every second you spend hesitating is a second spent losing control over your own destiny. You start to notice the small things, the way the engine vibrates under your hands, the way your posture changes with each turn, the way fear and thrill mingle in the same instant, and how one choice can turn it into power, while another can turn it into chaos. That awareness is a weapon, and every moment you ignore it, you weaken yourself. But when you harness it, you become unstoppable. You move with precision, you think faster, you react better. You survive the moments that would break anyone else. Your mind sharpens, your instincts awaken, you begin to see patterns where others see random chaos. Every road, every corner, every obstacle becomes a teacher instead of a threat, and that teacher does not lie. It does not sugarcoat. It only rewards those who pay attention, only those who are disciplined, only those who are willing to rise above the easy, the flashy, the superficial. This is where greatness is forged. In the quiet moments when no one is watching, in the small choices that build momentum, in the relentless commitment to truth over illusion, you feel it in your bones, that edge that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. And you realize that extraordinary is not a gift, it is a decision. It is a commitment to face the uncomfortable, to test yourself, to push through pain, and to rise above distraction. Now every ride is more than just a ride. It is a declaration, a statement that you will no longer settle, that you will no longer follow, that you will no longer ignore the warning signs that whisper of disaster. You are in control. You are aware. You are powerful, not because of the machine under you, but because of the person who guides it, because of the mind that thinks, the body that reacts, and the heart that refuses to surrender, and that refusal becomes addictive. The clarity becomes intoxicating. You crave precision, not chaos. You crave truth, not illusion. You crave mastery, not ego. The stakes feel higher now because they are. Life is not a rehearsal. The road is not forgiving. And you cannot afford to waste another second chasing false glory or cheap thrills. You understand that mastery comes with responsibility, that speed without control is danger, that power without awareness is disaster. And in that understanding you find freedom, real freedom, the kind that cannot be taken from you because it is built inside you, inside your mind, inside your decisions, inside every calculated choice you make. The difference between the person who survives and the person who excels is simple. Awareness, discipline, truth, and now you are awake to all three. Every fiber of your being is aligned, every instinct is heightened. Every heartbeat counts. You are no longer chasing a machine. You are commanding it. You are shaping the ride. You are shaping yourself. And from this moment on, nothing will feel the same. Nothing will look the same. Nothing will control you again, because you have chosen mastery. You have chosen truth. You have chosen yourself. Now the stakes are higher than ever. Every decision matters. Every second counts. You feel it in your hands. You feel it in your chest. You feel it in your mind, because you know that one wrong move can cost more than a mistake. It can cost momentum, confidence, even safety. The road demands respect, and it tests everything you are made of. Complacency is the enemy. Hesitation is the trap. Ignoring the lessons you've learned so far is a luxury you cannot afford. Every thought must be sharper. Every action must be deliberate. Every instinct must be trusted. The edge you have now is fragile but powerful. It is the difference between mastery and mediocrity, between control and chaos. You start to see patterns where others see random chaos. You feel the rhythm of the ride before it even begins. Every vibration in the engine tells a story. Every angle of the turn whispers a warning. Every breath you take aligns with the momentum of the machine. You are no longer separate from it. You are a part of it. And in that unity, fear transforms into focus. Noise transforms into clarity. Distraction transforms into discipline. Every second becomes a lesson, every corner a teacher, every stretch of asphalt a proving ground. There is no room for ego here, no room for shortcuts, no room for excuses. The only path forward is precision. The only way to win is to understand, adapt, and act, and that understanding comes at a cost. It demands patience, awareness, and relentless self-honesty. You cannot fake it. You cannot cheat it. You cannot outsource it. Mastery is built in the quiet moments when no one is watching, when the mind is tested, when the body is pushed, when you refuse to give in to fear or temptation. That is where true power is forged. That is where real riders are made. Every heartbeat is louder now. Every sense is heightened. You realize that speed without control is meaningless. Power without respect is dangerous. Strength without awareness is wasted. And yet, in that realization, there is a fire that drives you forward, a fire that refuses to accept mediocrity, a fire that demands more than what the world hands out. You are awake now, you are alive in a way that most never are, and that awareness is intoxicating. It calls you to act, to rise, to become. You understand the cost of ignoring this call. Every second you delay, every ride taken with inattention, every choice made for show rather than substance chips away at your potential. You are not just learning to ride, you are learning to command. You are not just testing machines, you are testing yourself, and the lessons here will follow you into every decision, every challenge, every road you take. The wrong bike, the wrong choice, the wrong mindset can slow you down. But the right preparation, the right understanding, the right focus makes you unstoppable. The road is unforgiving. It does not forgive mistakes. It does not reward shortcuts. It only respects those who are ready, those who are aware, those who are fully committed to truth over illusion, mastery over ego. And now you feel it coursing through your veins, that pressure, that tension, that clarity. It is not fear, it is purpose, it is urgency, it is the signal that you are alive, fully present, fully capable. You cannot afford to settle. You cannot afford to pause. You cannot afford to pretend. Every turn you take from here on is an assertion of control. Every choice is a statement of intent. Every moment is a chance to prove that you are not defined by the machine, but by the mastery you bring to it. You are no longer chasing thrill. You are no longer seeking approval. You are no longer distracted by noise. You are riding with precision, with awareness, with discipline, with purpose. and that makes you powerful in ways no one can take away. You have chosen mastery, you have chosen truth, you have chosen yourself, and from this point forward nothing can stand in your way.